Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the odds couple. It's NFL Week 11. It's Tuesday, November 15th, and you know what this is, right, Mike Brenner? The very, very popular Top Dogs and False Faves show that we do with Doug Upstone. Last week, Doug Upstone went 2-1, which actually reduces his overall winning percentage of the year in this show. He's now 20 wins, 9 losses, and 1 push overall in the year in the show. Yeah. Let's give him a clap there.
That's production for me, baby.
Let's give him a clap there.
Doug
Upstone. All right, first 10 weeks, awesome. Now we're here for Week 11. One of his winners was actually Dallas, which you tailed him on, Mike Brenner. That was one of your winners as well. Doug Upstone, it's Week 11, 29-1 ATS in the first 10 weeks. How you feeling about your production so far?
Well, I'm feeling very good because actually one of the things about this, and you know, this year compared to last, is false favorites and top dogs is kind of it's narrow. You don't get to pick any favorites and whatever.
Right.
So it's a little bit more difficult. So yeah, so I'm extremely pleased with how it's gone on, and looking to try and maintain this high percentage for the rest of the regular season.
Hey, Doug, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You and I did everything possible to get Pete to jump in that car on Dallas to cash that ticket. Yeah, well, we did.
Yeah, listen, good job, guys. Good. It was close, but most of these NFL games are close. Yeah. All right, Doug Upstone, NFL Week 11. What's your first top dog or false fave for us?
We're going to go with a false favorite, and it's going to be on the Colts to see their winning streak end. Now, the Indianapolis Colts, to me, are the New York Giants without defense. Their defense is ranked 30th in the NFL. They allow 57 more yards than what their opponents have gained, and they've also given up 5.9 more points than what their opponents typically score. Now, because they have Andrew Luck and some good receivers, they remind me a lot of Eli Manning and the Giants, as I mentioned, though, except for the defense. And I think in this particular instance, I think Indy's luck quite literally runs out. Now, the Colts are 10-0 and 8-1-1 against the spread against Tennessee. But this Tennessee team is on the rise. I think from a pure talent standpoint, I think they actually have more. And when you look at how hot their offense has been and how in sync it is going up against a weak Indianapolis defense, I find that the Titans are 12-3 against the spread off consecutive games, scoring 30 or more points. And I think Tennessee's going to win this one outright and make the Colts a false favorite.
Wow. The Colts off a bye, and Doug Upstone going against them. Look, all year long I've sort of been looking for spots to play against the Colts and mostly gotten burned, mostly been wrong. Yeah. Maybe this is a good one. It's right now +3. What do you think about that, Mike Brenner?
It could be. I like the breakdown because, Tennessee, they're picking up momentum and their offense is really getting confident. And I'm telling you, I don't know if there's a worse defense. And it's been so consecutive. Every year, this defense just does not step up to the challenge. I like the spot. I think it could be that game. And, with Doug's record, hell, I wouldn't doubt that one bit.
Doug Upstone, what's your second false favorite or top dog for NFL Week 11?
Coming right back with a top dog, and it's going to be on Miami against Los Angeles. Now, we are seeing a little weakening of the line. It opened at Los Angeles -1, but now there's some that have a pick, but I'm sticking with my original thought process here. And, the last few years, Miami was thought to be a better team than what they've shown. And finally, I think they got the right coach to be able to do it at Adam Gase. Now, this team over the years has really been capable of winning 9 games any particular season. They just haven't gotten it done. But a couple things about Gase. He's created an identity for this team that has made it more of a physical presence, both on the offense and the defense. And like he did in Chicago last year with Jay Cutler, he quickly realized what the talents are of Ryan Tannehill, both strengths and weaknesses, and now he's really stabilized him. Now, this Los Angeles defense is strong. I mean, especially now that they have all the defensive linemen back, but their offense is still a hot mess, guys. Case Keenum is in control. You know what you're going to get. I don't like the situation at all. Jeff Fisher used to be a great coach, not so much anymore. The Rams are 1-8 against the spread off a win by 3 or less points. I got Miami by 9 in this one.
All right. Well, officially, we have to give you the current lines, right? And right now it is -1 market-wide. So for the purposes of these videos, we're going to have to give you Miami -1. All right, Doug?
Okay, well, that's fine. I'll take it just from that standpoint. But like I said, when I did the video, but as far as the record, yes. But when I did the video, when I wrote the article, they were actually +1.
Right,
yeah,
right.
So officially, let's grade them out at -1. Then.
Yeah, it is headed up, and it's even like the Bet Online has -1, -112. So clearly, money's coming in on Miami. Mike Brenner, maybe that's an indication that Doug Upstone and the market is right here.
That could be, and he touched on one thing, and it's about great coaches. And this Adam Gase is the real deal, and it's his way or the highway down there, and he let it be known real quick with some of his big high contract players. And Tannehill just looks like a more confident quarterback than I've seen the whole time he's been there. I just worry a little bit about Miami in certain spots. I think I hope they don't overlook or think, hey, we're really flying high. So right now I'm off it, but I'm going to look a little deeper into it because I like the breakdown. It was very, very informative.
Yeah, two very interesting picks so far for NFL Week 11. Doug Upstone, what's your third top fave or false top dog or false fave for NFL Week 11?
Well, if you thought those two were interesting, wait till you get this one. I got a false favorite, and that's going to be on the Dallas Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
I know a lot of you are going to think I'm absolutely nuts, and Peter.
No, I don't. No.
It's coming.
And we've done these videos long enough to where that 1 week I'll be on one team, as a false favorite top dog and go right against them the next week, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here with Dallas. Now, there's nothing that you can say bad against Dallas. I mean, since their opening game loss, which was by 1 point, they are 8-0 straight up and against the spread, and they are on an absolute roll. There's nothing you can say to go against this. But Baltimore has the NFL's #1 defense. They're also #1 against the rush. They have only permitted 2 teams to rush for more than 65 yards against them. Now, I'm not saying they're going to hold Dallas to that low of a number, but I think with John Harbaugh as their coach, he's going to challenge his team and say it's going to be our best against their best, and we're going to get it done this week as underdogs, guys. I also like the fact that when Baltimore is off a division win, they're 22-11 against the spread. I think this is going to be a 4-point outcome, and Baltimore is going to just miss coming away with a victory.
That's what I was thinking as well. Mike Brenner, we know you like Dallas this week. You liked him last week. So did Doug. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
I like his breakdown, but I just really think the momentum and the confidence this team is gaining at every position each and every week, it's just hard. It's hard to stop that. And they just really showed some resiliency last game. And that right there told me that this is not a fluke. It's not a fluke. And I think they're going to continue to roll. I just think, and this is, quietly, Baltimore has put together the #1 D. And, Doug is certainly right about that. Harbaugh, I respect him. He's a great coach, and he will have his guys ready. I just think they're going to be, I don't think their offense is going to penetrate or make enough points to cover. I just don't think so. I think Dallas is going to get it on momentum, baby.
All right. Well, right now it is a split line, 7 or 7.5. So even though the money line would be about,
head-to-head to
-120, -125, depending on where you look, we're going to credit Doug Upstone with recommending a play on Baltimore +7.5.
Yep.
Doug Upstone, you have anything to say to respond to what Mike Brenner just said?
Head-to-head.
Oh, Mike's points are all correct. And there's nothing to disagree with to say that Dallas is not a good play. It's just my opinion. I think that with Baltimore's defense and let's say their history, I could see this very much a 2017, 24-20 game, overall. I think that's what the outcome's going to be. Dallas wins on the money line.
I was leaning that way as well, and I also gave officially the over, which I think is not a good pick anymore. So I'm going to look to take that back probably. But Doug Upstone recommending a play on Baltimore +7.5. 3 interesting picks for NFL Week 11. Doug Upstone from Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. That's his website where you can go to find out more about him. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week for NFL Week 12, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Sir, gentlemen.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.